What's up everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Sorry I missed an upload, but with FD and everything I was busy. I thought I was gonna be able to get a video out for you guys, but I'll throw a couple clips in here on this video of some cool runs that I saw out at FD Long Beach. I know everybody has been missing the FC, the good old super wide, dummy thick FC, and work is going to be started on this thing very, very soon. But I wanted to give you guys an update for the new subscribers and the people that have been subscribed for a long time. This car definitely hasn't been on the channel in like a month or something, but there's a few things that are left to do on it. I'm gonna go over those and go over everything that is done to the car and what I've done so far, just to give you guys a nice little update. So this is gonna be another build breakdown, but on the FC instead of the FD. We're gonna start with the outside of the car. So right now I run Blake Olson's over fenders. These things are insanely wide. And what are they 100 mil?
90, right?
90 in the front, 100 in the rear. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what it is, yeah. Yeah, so 90 in the front, you can see these things are insanely wide, especially the rear. 100 mil is ridiculous. I thought it was gonna look terrible on the car, but as you can see with a nice wheel and the BN kit, it looks super, super baller. So, but the fenders, or the side skirts and the front bumper are on right now just because with moving the car around and everything, I haven't wanted to fully secure the kit because I still have to do some alignment stuff in the rear, and it's a little too low to get in my driveway. So with pulling it in and out, don't wanna have the side skirts on and destroy them before the car actually looks good. But yeah, so I have a rep BN kit for the outside of the car, the Blake Olson over fenders, and then these wheels are the Enkei RS05 RRs. They're honestly probably my first/second favorite with the RPF ones that I run on the FD. These wheels are literally ridiculous. I love the concave that they have on them, especially these ones are 11 inches wide. So it definitely gets a nice concave on a one-piece wheel. As far as one-piece wheels, these are definitely at the top of the list. Mr. Melby over there has some three-piece wheels.
Oh yeah, they're baller.
They're pretty baller. They're pretty baller. They're really heavy. They're really heavy.
Yeah, but if you're not gonna be like competing with it,
that's big facts.
Might as well get some three-piece wheels.
Yeah, I guess. So from the front of the car, this is a very shittily made shroud for the intercooler. I didn't do this. The previous owner did this, but it works. So good props on him. So as you can see, yeah, front mount intercooler, which means there's some upgrades to the motors. So we're gonna hop into that next. Dude, look at that sexy ass little rotor. You see that thing?
She's cute.
She's cute. She makes a lot of cool noises. She's a screamer.
She got a nice little turbo.
Dude, she's a screamer. Yeah. So this is a very, very basic FC motor setup, but it does have nice upgrades. So it makes about 400 horsepower. It has a CX Racing turbo kit. So big turbo manifold, external wastegate, and yeah, the CX Racing front mount intercooler. This stuff isn't the nicest, but it does get the job done. There is some modifications I have to do. So one of the things why I can't drive the car yet is because this intercooler pipe actually gets hit by the wheel, so I can't turn all the way. So I'm gonna get that fixed pretty soon. And then a Koyo radiator with a nice big fan so the car doesn't get hot or anything. And something that's cool is the car has a standalone ECU, so it actually has an electric temp switch for the fan and everything. So it's not on a switch panel like a race car, it's more of a street car. Obviously that's what they're going for, and I'm really happy that it's like that because this is a street car for me also. From the top right here, you can see it has PBM coilovers, so super nice suspension. Jason runs that on his 350Z.
I love it.
And I know quite a few people that like their coilovers and everything, so that's definitely a plus. But yeah, so it has a pretty basic street port on it. Maybe it's on the larger side probably, but it definitely makes good power. This turbo honestly has no balls bottom end though. Compared to my Garrett turbo on my FD, this thing takes a fat second to actually spool up. But when it spools,
it spools.
When it spools, it spools.
And she's got a little brap to her too.
Oh, she does have a slight brap to it. A little bit. More of a brap than my FD, which is kind of annoying, but the FD is gonna have a super nice brap pretty soon. So you guys, you're gonna have to subscribe, you're gonna have to watch the videos to see the brap, but the braps are coming soon, I promise you guys.
I subscribe, dude.
Do you subscribe?
I subscribe.
We're gonna move into the interior of the car, which is a very sad and depressing moment. Oh, yeah. But there's no seat in it right now because I was actually gonna put a hydraulic e-brake, but I think I'm just gonna run the stock one for the time being and tighten up the e-brake cable so this thing works properly so I can still slide around in it. But this thing isn't necessarily a drift car, so probably just gonna put the stock e-brake back in and put the seat back in for the time being. Don't have money for bucket seats. hopefully I get the money soon or can come up on a good deal, but obviously the FD is the priority, and I need to get that car done for competition because my first event is like a month away, and that thing has a blown up engine. So it's definitely making way. But so it's gonna be the stock e-brake, and it just has a stock FC seat, which they are in really good condition. As far as the interior, it's really basic. All the gauges still work, which is super nice, like the tach, the RPM, the miles per hour, and all that stuff. NRG quick release, has some nice little gauges over here. So it has my AEM, air to fuel ratio gauge, boost, and water temp. That's the one thing that doesn't work on the dash, is the water temp doesn't work, but it does on this gauge, so that's good. The shifter you can see is definitely an upgraded one. This one is from Mazda Tricks, I believe. Had some problems putting it in, so don't really recommend it, but it is a nice feeling shifter, so that's a plus, but it definitely was a pain in the ass to get in. But super hyped that I have that in there now. And then right down there you can see my Adaptronics ECU. I run Adaptronics on my race car and on this car, which is nice that this car came with it. So my tuner, Abel Ibarra, was able to hop on the computer. We did a couple pulls on the dyno, and the thing was super solid. So hyped that it had that ECU, just to make sure that everything's safe, because this thing does have safeties for if it leans out or something, it will fuel cut or a spark cut and kill the motor, so it doesn't let you hurt it. So that's definitely a big plus. The car also came with a 6-point cage, which is nice, but not recommended, obviously, for a street car. The one thing it doesn't have is door bars, which is probably perfect because you don't want to be hopping up and over door bars when you're trying to drive this thing on the street. It's super annoying.
Yeah, but now you can't tandem.
Now you can't tandem, but I could always add a couple door bars, Phil.
Yeah, but I mean, right now you can't tandem, and I'm trying to tandem.
Phil, you can't. You don't even have a cage.
Well, you got me on that one.
So you're a little further away from tandeming than I am. I think so. But yeah, I got this carpet kit for like, I think it was 80 bucks, and so the car interior was absolutely destroyed. The cage was rusted and everything, but I painted the cage, painted the interior, put a nice carpet kit in it, and the car is definitely making way. Like I said, I am going to be putting in some work on this thing pretty soon, and it's going to be pretty dialed, so I'm definitely hyped on that. I don't think I've ever told anybody this, but this car wasn't actually a Turbo 2 from the factory. I recently found that out, that it was a NA13B FC, and then they did a full Turbo 2 conversion. So the engine, the transmission, and the diff, and so that's pretty cool. So technically that's an upgrade on the car, is it does have a full Turbo 2 conversion on the car. And then it actually has a really, really cool exhaust.
No, it's not.
The exhaust looks to be somewhat stock. Phil doesn't like it.
It looks whack.
It looks whack.
And the mufflers on that thing are like,
they're big, but for all you rotary guys, it's a Racing Beat exhaust, so you'll know what that is, and you'll know that he doesn't know what he's talking about, because Racing Beat is a really good exhaust.
I don't have a rotary, dude. I don't know anything.
He's never been around the car when it's driving. So Racing Beat exhaust is like, it's super quiet at idle, and before you hit boost, it's definitely really, really quiet, but once you get into the top of the RPMs, it screams. So in California, it's a plus because you don't have to deal with cops when you're just cruising around the street thinking that your car is crazy loud, and rotaries are not the quietest engine.
And the blow-off valve sounds amazing.
Wrong. There's no blow-off valve, Phil.
The wastegate?
Nope.
What makes the flutter?
That's because there's no blow-off valve.
Oh, you should take that out then.
No, I'm leaving that in. I'm leaving that in, Phil. That's the turbo surge. Yeah, so that's part of the thing, is that it makes insane noises because there's no blow-off valve, and I'm not gonna put a blow-off valve on it because it's just a CX Racing turbo. So there's no point in really worrying about longevity for that thing, huh, Phil?
I'll give you that one.
You'll give me that one?
I'll give you that one.
That there's no blow-off valve when you asked what blow-off valve?
Yeah.
He doesn't know about turbos. He's used to the V6 life, the NADE screaming, breaking your eardrums.
Hey, but I love turbo noises.
He loves turbo noises. But are you gonna get a turbo noise?
They don't need to know that yet.
They don't. Maybe not. Maybe V8. Maybe JZ. Whoa. Maybe I don't know. There's a lot of options. I'm not giving away anything.
Don't be leaking stuff.
You're leaking. You're leaking. You're leaking right now.
Phil's leaking over here.
I'm not leaking. You're leaking.
Richard.
That's gonna be pretty much it as far as the build update, but like I was saying, the driver's seat isn't in the car, and I'm gonna do that right now. So we're gonna pull this thing in the garage, throw the driver's seat in and the seat belt, and get it that much closer to getting this guy back on the road. All right, I know it's been a little bit over a week and I haven't been uploading, but I've just been so stressed out with trying to come up with video ideas, and my FD motor still isn't back together, still waiting on a few more things, and just the season is getting closer and closer and closer. So trying to get everything figured out, but uploads will start becoming more regularly, so sorry about that, guys. We weren't able to finish working on the FC that day just because some stuff came up, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.